And joining me now with more on this story is Austin King, the co-founder and CEO of Omni Network. Austin, welcome.
Thank you for having me. Yeah, very excited to be here.
What can you tell us about this launch?
Yeah, so the biggest problem facing the Ethereum ecosystem right now is it's scaled over the past few years, but this has come at the cost of complexity. So networks were launched on top of Ethereum, which lowered fees substantially. But for end users, it's almost as if before accessing these applications today, it's like if you were to go to a website and you had to think about, am I accessing Amazon Web Services? Is this powered by Google Cloud or Microsoft Azure? That's the problem with Ethereum today, and Omni solves that by abstracting away that technical complexity for end users so they can just use the website.
Why was it Ethereum that you wanted to build this on?
Honestly, I'm really excited about the entire crypto economy, but for a long time, the builder ecosystem in the Ethereum community has just been driving forward a lot of innovation. There's great companies out there. Ripple is a company that I've been involved with historically. But yeah, we're starting with Ethereum. Over time, Omni will scale this solution to the rest of the on-chain economy. Though.
Are there things that non-crypto investors or maybe just novices in the space should know about this launch?
Yeah, I mean, what I think a lot of people don't realize today is the amount of financial utility that exists in the on-chain economy right now. So you can buy treasury bills, you can take out loans, you can trade. I think most people think about this as like tokens, but there's actually so many different economic and like financial utilities that are out there. And what we're really excited about is just scaling that to people across the world.
Can the momentum that we've seen in Bitcoin above $100,000 a token continue into year end?
Yeah, I'm really excited for 2025. I think structurally in regards to like how policy is looking for crypto across not just America, but across various countries across the world. Very excited for where things are going. It seems that the world is starting to understand the actual utility and like benefits that this can offer everyday people. So I think 2025 is going to be a good year.
Okay, so I have to ask you a question here. Pudgy Penguin launched its new token earlier this week. Is that something that you've been following?
Yeah, for sure. And so this is actually a great example of why Omni is needed. So Pudgy Penguins was a project originally launched on Ethereum L1. However, they launched their token on Solana. And this is because it's just too complex to use Ethereum for most users today. So it's scaled, everything's cheaper now, but it's more complex. And so Omni simplifies this, abstracts away all the complexity. But yeah, this is actually a great illustration of like the problem that we are solving for Ethereum. What
are other projects that you're excited about within the crypto ecosystem, Austin?
There are a ton out there. I'm really excited about stablecoins. That's one that I think is offering very concrete financial utility for people across the world. Specifically, Ripple's new stablecoin is one that I've been paying very close attention to.
What about that new stablecoin is on your radar?
Yeah, so I sold my first company to Ripple. I've been very involved with that company for a very long time now. And I think just throughout the years, they've been around since like 2013. So a decade of building relationships with existing financial companies is something that I think is super important when you're trying to drive adoption of these new technologies.
Anything else? For 2025, Austin?
For 2025, I think the growth of like real world assets, so like treasury bills on chain and tokenized securities, I think is a huge area for growth as well.
How is the incoming administration expected to impact this space?
Honestly, as an American who lives in New York City, building in this industry over the past 7 years, it's fantastic. I can see a bunch of other American builders finally excited, like we are going to get clarity from the regulatory perspective here, and that's going to unblock a lot of progress here. There's like very legitimate, valuable technology being built here, but if we don't get regulatory clarity, it's going to get halted from getting integrated into the rest of the financial system. I think everybody across the world is seeing a more like favorable perspective from a regulatory perspective. I think that's going to have huge impacts on the impact that it'll have on people's lives.
What is your expectation for the timeline of new ETF approvals by the SEC under Paul Atkins, of course, the president-elect's pick?
Yeah, I think downstream of this more favorable policy regime, we're going to see most likely a lot of more kind of open-mindedness across these different structured financial products like ETFs throughout 2025.
Austin King, co-founder and CEO of Omni Network, joining me here in studio. Austin, a pleasure. Thanks so much for joining.
Yeah, thanks for having me.